Live ko.
May buntag, mga pinalangga kaayo na kong subuanon. O may I also say good morning to all of our brother and sister Filipinos that watch our live feeds through Cebu News and Governor Gwen Garcia page. I know that in many parts of the country as well as other parts of the world, you do continue to monitor the Cebu News live feeds. I can read your comments and thank you very much for your very kind words. Before I proceed, I would like to greet ang akong ikaupat nga anak and mo'y akong labing pinangga kay gipangutana man ko, Mayor Inday Sara Duterte, Vice President-elect, a very, very happy birthday. It's her birthday today, di ba? And I wish you all the blessings from our good Lord as you face this new journey in the journey that we call life. I know, having observed you very closely, that you will truly excel as our next Vice President of the Philippines. So happy birthday, and I hope you enjoy immensely your day. Okay, so we have local media with us.
First question, Doc. Mayor Cristina has been appointed, chosen by the President-elect to head the tourism department. Your reaction, Doc? How will it affect Cebu?
First, let me react as a mother. And I would like to say that I am tremendously proud of my daughter, Maria Esperanza Garcia Codilla Frasco. And I know that she will be able to face up to this new challenge as she has done in many times past. She has always shown sheer determination, true grit, and above all, admirable passion for any responsibility that is given to her. Even when she was still in grade school and we were in Ormoc City, when I tasked her to collect the daily sales from our profit centers, from our businesses, and she would be running from the school, St. Peter's College, running to the different profit centers of GGC Inc. to do the cash count and collect the daily sales. She was still, just less than 10 years old at the time, but she took her responsibility very, very seriously. And then, when even in academics, she always strove to excel. So she was always top of the class. But she got the disappointment when she was to graduate in high school, and her grades were really high up there. And we all expected that she would graduate as valedictorian. However, they chose instead the daughter of the principal of St. Peter's as valedictorian. And I could see her immense disappointment. She was declared the salutatorian. And you remember there was the Jerry Rojas Leadership Award. She was given that because she was also the president of the student council. And so when I saw the disappointment on her face, I told her, never mind, Chris, I'll send you to Ateneo. There are no biases. It will all depend on your performance. And so she did go to Ateneo, took up legal management, and then proceeded to take up law. There were times when she had to fend for herself because she was all alone in Manila. At the time, I was still in Ormoc. And she had to take, a condo. And she had to take care of herself, and she did. Very independent. And as I said, the sheer grit that she would face any challenge that she has in life. After graduating and passing the bar, she joined Romulo Mabanta. Again, she was very dedicated in her work. If you remember, you would recall, when I was suspended by then President Noynoy Aquino and Mar Rojas in December of 2012, she was my lawyer who faced up to all of your questions from media, and together with Tranquil Salvador of Romulo Mabanta, they were the ones that defended me and tried to do the best that they could. But then, how do you go against a politically motivated suspension? But she forged on, even though it broke my heart to see her suffering as much as I was suffering at the time, together with my other children, Paulo, Carissa, and of course, my mom and dad, my brothers, and the entire family. We suffered immensely then, but she was there, always by my side. And then, well, she taught in the USJR and University of San Carlos. She taught law. Then she ran for mayor. She has excelled again. You are all aware of the various awards that she has received. And now, with a tremendous mandate for a third term, I knew that she would do well, as she has always done in Liloan. But I think it's time for a bigger pond, and that is the national scene. And I know that she will be able to help the incoming administration in promoting tourism, in seeing to it that tourism becomes a key economic driver, not just for urban areas, but more especially for the heretofore undiscovered gems in the entire country. That is what we tried to do as governor for 3 terms when we launched the Suruy-Suruy Subu, where we literally forced the tourists out of the cities and brought them to the different towns that had so much to offer as well. So as a mother, I am very, very proud of her for having been trusted by President-elect Bongbong Marcos to head the tourism department as secretary. And I would like to thank President-elect Marcos for the trust and confidence on my daughter. As governor of Cebu, I am very, very proud that the next Secretary of Tourism is a Cebuana. This is such a huge vote of confidence on the inroads, the initiatives, and the progress that Cebu has been able to accomplish despite the challenges of the pandemic. And the initiatives that we had successfully launched and consistently followed in the programs that we started from way back. The Suruy-Suruy Sugbo, the Pasigarbo sa Sugbo, the encouragement of our towns to focus on our culture and our heritage, to come up with their various festivals, and to see to it that, in fact, countryside tourism is given the opportunity to flourish. We have seen that in Cebu, and we hope to see that in the entire country. So again, thank you, President-elect Bongbong Marcos, for trusting Cebu and putting Cebu at the forefront of the country's tourism efforts.
Gov, Gov, prior to the appointment or announcement, ni-consulta si Mayor Cristina nimo.
Yes. In fact, we knew about it several days ago. There had been a previous conversation with President-elect Bongbong Marcos. That was a conversation between Cristina and BBM. And at that time, Cristina talked about what we have been doing here in Cebu, how we opened up tourism. We were the very first province that opened up tourism when I saw that all of these lockdowns and restrictions were severely affecting our people in terms of jobs and livelihoods. And most of the livelihoods of Cebuanos are tourism based. So we opened up tourism with our set of protocols way back in August of 2020. And Cristina recounted how we have been able to define a direction, consistently stay on that path, and by so doing, we were able to not only reopen tourism but revive the Cebu economy. I guess President BBM kept that in mind because I think 1 or 2 days later, he called up Cristina to inform her if she would be willing to accept the tourism portfolio. But she said, I need to consult first with my mother, with other sectors, with her own family, of course. And so when I learned about it, I said, Chris, this is such a manifestation of faith in Cebu, because you will not only be accepting as Gwen Garcia, PRESSCON per se, you are accepting the portfolio as a Cebuana. And you will do the Cebuanos proud if you accept it. And I said, I guess it also recognizes the fact that, like it or not, Cebu is the tourism hub of the entire country. Why? We have an international airport that caters to so many countries. And now the flights are coming back. Our airport, by the way, our international airport is one of the most beautiful airports recognized by the international community. And we have the tourism, we have the available rooms for tourists that come in, not only in the cities, but our diving sites, our butanding site, even the mountain climbing site, the waterfall site, have the resorts now that are continually being upgraded, some of which are even world-class already, even those that are in the islands. So my immediate reaction was, yes, Cristina, you have to accept it. So, but of course, she went on to consult
So at
others.
first, so it's a huge responsibility na iyang PRESSCON kay nationwide. Doon na ba'y pagduha-duha at first ni Mayor Cristina?
From Mayor Cristina.
Yeah.
The fact that she needed to consult with me, I think, showed that she did not want to just haphazardly jump into a position that she would not be well prepared for in terms of inputs from myself, from others in the tourism industry, from even our mayors. She needed to get the consensus. So, let me assure you, my daughter is a middle child. She has always been very, very serious about her work. She is not a very, what do you call that? Kanang, reckless. She is not a reckless, spur of the moment person. She always studies everything very, very carefully before making a decision. That's Christina.
Gov, as a governor, once makalingkod na si incoming Secretary sa Tourism, Christina PRESSCON, kung sa imuhang ipungkong or matutukan niya, especially dito sa province of Cebu?
You know, I will not be a meddling mother nor a meddling governor. I will let her be and be her own person because I have full trust and confidence in Christina. So let this be a warning also to those who want to get positions in the Department of Tourism. Please do not forward your applications to me because I have no powers there. I will not let my being a mother or even being a governor cramp Christina's style. She has her own style, she is her own person, and she is a very, very capable person in whatever field you may throw her into. So, she already knows. She has practically grown up seeing me. When I first started in 2004, how young was she then? She was born in 1981. December 25, Christmas Day, at 2:25 in the morning. Yeah, so this is the human interest side. From midnight mass, I was already feeling the labor pain, so I went straight to the hospital. My doctor kept saying, Doctora Togonon, I remember her, she kept saying, baby Jesus, come out, because I just came from midnight mass, and said, baby Jesus, come out. And then when it turned out to be a girl, she said, ay, si Jesusa di ay. So that is why she's named Christina. But she's also named after the two grandmothers, Maria, my ex-mother-in-law, and Esperanza, of course, my own mom. So her name is Maria Esperanza. The Christina is for her being born on Christmas Day.
Was there any talk between you and Christina about having some Cebu policies on tourism be adopted in the tourism fund?
Well, to be honest about it, she has consistently stated na, Mom, if I ask help, please help me. And I said, of course, Christina, but I will never impose because you're your own person. But as I said, she's grown up watching me develop tourism here in Cebu. And I'm not talking of Cebu City or the other urban area tourism. I mean, that's more than well developed already. The Magellan's Cross, you have Lapu-Lapu Monument, you have Port San Pedro. She saw me as I went around the province and encouraged people to go out and discover the many hidden gems of the entire province. The Suruy-Suruy Subo, in fact, opened the eyes of so many Cebuanos who, for their free time, would fly out to Hong Kong or to Europe or to the United States, and when they joined the Suruy-Suruy Subo, they said, we never knew that this island was so beautiful. So she grew up watching me as I pushed for countryside tourism and as I pushed for the preservation and respect for our culture and our heritage. So I believe that might be some kind of influence on her. Which is why I'd like to answer Mr. Alfred, what is his? Reyes, when he said, I hope that she will know something about, what was that, Cebu tourism? Oh, I assure you, she knows more than enough. After all, she is her mother's daughter.
Go with regards sa issues sa tourism, ngayon ang update ko. Kumusta na after the station sa Uden, uban pa nga mga problema ato na sugatan ang province of Cebu. Asa na ka sa ato ang pagbangon sa turismo sa lalawigan?
Hagbay raman tang nibangon. In fact, I think we were the fastest to recover, even though Cebu Province particularly had the widest expanse of destruction, affecting 37 local government units. So, in fact, right now, as you could see, we are now back right after the elections. I'm back to our caravan of services. By this afternoon, I will be in Consolacion for the 6th District Caravan of Provincial Government Services. Then I leave for Camotes Island. Tomorrow, I'll be in Pilar for the caravan as well. And for the two caravans, in Pilar and in the mainland Camotes. Naabdan ta sa election ban sa distribution of Dasig Subo cards, and we continue now to distribute that. We were able to initially distribute sa Barili, Pinamungahan, Karkar, Sibonga. But there are still napay nabili na to, and we are scheduling that too. So in terms of tourism, the future looks bright, especially since the DOT secretary is, the nominated Department of Tourism secretary comes from Cebu. So that should be a very, very welcome development. Again, Alfred said, they should put Cebu on the map. Maybe he meant on the DOT map. Because if you probably kamo media, you do know na all infomercials about the Philippines never included Cebu from the DOT. They always skipped Cebu. It was always Boracay and everything else. Well, we can never really second guess the purpose of that. Maybe because they probably thought that we didn't need any more promotion. We would have welcomed the added, assistance by including Cebu in the infomercials, but it was okay. We tried to manage on our own, and thank goodness still Cebu continues to be at the forefront insofar as domestic and international tourism is concerned. So probably he just meant that Cebu will be in the infomercial map, the DOT infomercial map. This time with Cebuana heading the Department of Tourism, then we expect great things for Cebu, especially since Christina has practically grown up watching our tourism initiatives and the success of such initiatives here in the entire province. I just wanted to add, sa ito giingon pa ni Alfred, I hope she knows what to do with Cebu tourism. What were the exact words? Yeah, because I was with him kahapon. In fact, we met on the new protocols for arriving foreign nationals, which I will be issuing a new EO for that, to conform with the IATF 168, Resolution 168. We just hope
she knows what Cebu really needs in terms of tourism.
Well, we just hope Alfred also is aware that Christina is my daughter, and she is her mother's daughter. She has spent from 2004 up to now, that would make it 18 years? Almost half her life watching me going around the entire province promoting tourism and knowing fully well that this was the direction that we had to take. Encourage countryside tourism, give other places a chance to shine, but at the same time preserving our culture and our heritage. we just hope Alfred also realizes that when he talks about Cebu, we're not talking only about Cebu City. We're talking of the entire island. In fact, as Mayor Mike Rama said, one Cebu Island. So I hope he does realize that Christina, being a mayor of Liloan and having been witness to all of our initiatives, would have a more holistic view of what Cebu really needs in terms of tourism.
So kung ana sila kung dili lang daw suroy-suroy sa Cebu, kundi suroy-suroy Pilipinas na daw po.
Well, I've been reading those comments. That's up to Christina. I really don't want to say anything as regards her future policies, because she is the anointed, she is the nominated Secretary of Tourism.
I'm just curious, Gov. Will Christina relocate to Manila or with the children?
That will be a balancing act. I know initially that she had said, Mom, I hope that I can still stay in Cebu. I said, if you recall, during the time of GMA, and she appointed DOT, former Department of Tourism Secretary Ace Dorano, my most worthy opponent in the last elections. The initial plan of former President GMA then was to relocate the Department of Tourism here in Cebu, but I don't know why that never took off the ground. Well, let's see. Let's see how it follows. No? But I know that it's gonna be a tough balancing act. Christina has 4 children. Yep. Sophia will be having her 10th birthday on the 2nd of June. The youngest is still, baby X is hardly a year old. So it's gonna be a tough balancing act. But knowing her, she'll pull through with flying colors as Secretary of Tourism, as wife, as mother, and as Gwen Garcia's daughter.
Okay,
Next.
In relation go sa tourism.
Yeah.
you mentioned getting a look at, you will be introducing new policies, maybe not some mga changes.
What's the policies? This is the IATF. You have the new IATF Resolution 168, which no longer requires RT-PCR test taken 48 hours prior to departure, or rapid antigen test taken 24 hours prior to departure for arriving foreign nationals if you have been fully vaccinated with 1 booster. So I will incorporate that in our new executive order. That further eases up the, it eases up the restrictions, and I am very positive and optimistic that our international arrivals will soon be, rapidly increasing. By June, I believe Japan will be lifting their ban, their restrictions. And by July, I think Korea or South Korea. So, that South Korea is our number 1 foreign tourist arrival here in Cebu. But as it is, I've been going around the province. I've been asking our, stakeholders in the tourism sector, and they are saying, as far as resorts are concerned, the bookings are really comfortable now. And yesterday I had a meeting with DOH, BOQ, including MCIA and GMCAC. The domestic domestic flights have gone up to 58%. International flights are still below 10, but that is foreseen to change by the first day of June when there will be more flights coming in.
Gov, regarding sa katong yung plano nga mass overtaking with the members of one city na sa election. The update.
Yes, I think most have confirmed. Vice President-elect Sara Duterte has already confirmed that she will be attending. In fact, okay, this is an anecdote. In the run-up to, was it run-up to the rally sa katong BBM na rally nato sa SRP? I think that was the time that Christina called and said, "Ma'am, si Mayor Sara is asking when will be the inauguration." So I said, "Does she mean One Cebu convention?" I thought she said that when would be the next convention. And she said, no, she meant when would be the inauguration. So I practically just fell off my seat and I said, wow, such confidence. Tuog is Mayor Sara, nga daog na tatanan. And so she was the very first nga atong giimbitar when we set the date sa 28th of June. We have also invited, of course, President-elect Bongbong Marcos. But we have not yet received confirmation.
That will be on June
28th, that would be in the afternoon. It will start at 3:30 in the afternoon. The invited officials will be all of our congressmen and women, including party list, all of our board members, of course, those that are One Cebu or affiliated, aligned with One Cebu, all of our mayors, vice mayors, councilors that are One Cebu or aligned with One Cebu.
venue na to.
Marco Polo. That was where we first launched One Cebu way back in 2007.
Okay? Questions? Wala na?
No more. Okay.
That's it?
Sunod na po na lang. Press ka na po naman.
Kanila akong isulti, no? Asa ra tong statement ni President Duterte nga kung anong nagawa, yun na yun. Hanggang dyan lang talaga ang kaya ko. Nasa yung statement, anak, nindot gid kayo. Can you look for it? Because that, di ba you remember? Kung ano yung nagawa ko sa loob ng yun lang talagang makaya ko. Yun na yun. Something like that. How humble ba? And I hope you can get it. I'd like to quote that. No? Okay? I hope that others would take a cue from President Duterte. If you notice, he has not even president that he is. He has not even uttered a word to expect the next administration to conform with his policies or to continue his programs. Wala. Basta niingon siya, unsay ako nahimo, mo na to. Kung kulang, mo ra gyud akong kaya. And that is, look how humble this man is. And that's the way it should go. Let the people say what you have accomplished. Dili ikaw, nga moingon ka nga, mo ni ako nahimo, I hope ang sunod nga mupuli nako, isunod to ang development plan, ang mga unsa pa nang gipanghimo diyang mga chuba-chuchu, mga urge nga mga plano. That's it. Human na. Thank you for your service. I'm sure you tried your very best. To others ba? Nga daghang pa kaig mga istorya nga mobiya na sa ilang department. Thank you for your service to the country. I'm sure you tried your very best. But it's time to let go. That's what the President has shown. I hope the others would follow. Dili daghang pang istorya. Pumubiya na sila ba? Ayan. In a few days, I'll be out. Yung nagawa ko para sa akin, yun na yun. The best that my efforts can really achieve. Kung kulang pa yun, pasensya na po. Hindi ko na talaga kaya. The things that I failed to do, mostly not because of negligence or my mga shortcomings ako, but talagang time. I said, the 6 years would not be enough to finish all the projects. The humility of the man who has done so much, you cannot deny. His Build program has been a resounding success, and that will always be his everlasting legacy. And his all-out war against drugs. Let me tell you, I know, because that General Garbo was our regional director here, that narco general. I know very well. No, some PNP people are telling me, during those 6 years, na si General Garbo headed it all, and became NCR and all, you know what? If they apprehend anybody here related to drugs, they get a call from General Garbo when he was RD. And they would be told, let it go. Kasabaan pa. We would have become a narco state. Ngano? The generals themselves were already involved. So, and yet he says, kung ano mo yung nagawa ko, yun na yun. So, others ba, that are leaving their respective departments and have so much to say about what they have accomplished, and I hope that she will follow the recovery tourism, whatever airs plan, and take a cue from the President. Thank you for your service. And I'd like to say, thank you for your service to the country. I'm sure you did your very best. But as the President said, kung anong nagawa mo, yun na yun. Time to let go.
Okay?
Thank you, Gov. Thank you, Gov.
Well, off na mo? Okay. Are we still on?
Yes, go.
Okay. So, sa mga pinalangga ng kung mga Subuanon, usbo na ako pagpasalamat sa inyong makabubungog ng mayoriya. Grabe kayo ang gipakita ninyo nga pagsalig ka nako. Nasayod ko nga panahon sa pandemya, ang akong mga pulisiya usahay makapakurat sa uban, labi na kung ang maong mga pulisiya daw nakigbangga na ta dito sa kauluhan. Apan nasayod bansad mo nga kadtong tanan ako tong gihimo tungod og alang kaninyo. Nasayod ko kung unsa inyong gikinahanglan kay nituyok man ko, wa man ko nitago. Dunay pipila nga saba kayo, grabe kay mo atake nako. Ngan hi syudad, may rabag makabutar na uban mga doktor, grabe kay mo atake nako. Apan kamo nagpakahilom lang mo mga Subuanon. Kadaghanan sa ako mga pinalanggang Subuanon nga naglisod. Ug ako ang nahimong tingog alang kaninyo, nagpakahilom lamang kamo. Dinha kamo ni balos niadtong milabay nga piliay Mayo 9. Og sa usa ka makabubungog nga tingog niingon kamo, miuyon mi sa mga pulisiya ni Gwen Garcia. Amo siyang ibalik pagka-gobernador. Tagaan namo makasaysayon nun, wala pa sukad nga mahitabo nga ikalimang termino isip gobernador. O gitagaan ko ninyo makasaysayanon, wala pa usab sukad mahitabo nga botos. 1.4 milyones. Gitagaan ko ninyo mayoriya nga makasaysayanon ug wala pa sukad mahitabo. Batok sa akong kaatbang 1.1 milyones ka botos nga mayoriya. Giisip ko kining usa ka utang kabubuton nga akong pagabaslan sa tanan nako nga paningkamot sa mosunod nga 3 ka tuig. Kuyog gihapon ta ug inyo kong kasaligan nga paningkamutan nako kutob sa akong maabot. Kutob sa makaya nga ang tanan kong oras, tanan kong panghuna-una, ang tanan kong pagpangga ug pagmahal, ako na kanang igahin alang lamang kaninyo mga Subuanon ug pinalangga kong Subo. Maglipay kita ug magpasalamat kita President-elect Bongbong Marcos sa iyang pagsali kanato nini iyang pagpili og usa ka Subuanon nga maoy mahimong Secretary of Tourism. Daghan gayud kaayong salamat President-elect Bongbong Marcos. And sa akong pinananggang ikaupat nga anak, atong umaabot nga Vice Presidente, malipayong pagsaulog sa imong adlaw na tawhan. Daghan kaayong salamat.